return.
The scene begins. Lend your ears, lend your hands, lend your movement, anything you can. Come to teach, come to be taught, come in the likeness in the image of God, 'cause you can be like that, with all that harmonious and all that respect.
We are so lucky that we've returned, you know? The stars are aligning, and galaxies are coming back into place, you know? And at the end of the day, you know, our mother's gonna take care of herself all the time. So it is time. It's time to give thanks and celebrate. And it feels so good for me to be here with y'all and be celebrating. For me, just a time of growth. It's been a long year. This piano's awesome, by the way. This is like, got ancient grandmother all over it. Okay, so now, since what we do here is gathering people and we share energy, we exchange all those like dreams and the visions, you know. And part of what makes us so happy when we play for y'all, it's like we exchange so much happiness and so much like love and all this energy because you guys are giving it back to us, you know. So take yourself to that like really, that sacred, maybe that like really cool, deep place for yourself. Maybe you're getting barreled. Maybe you're planting some seeds. Maybe you're with your children or some really good friends, but play the movie in your mind when I play this song, okay? Check this out.
I'm running from nothing, all things behind me and all good things ahead. I am another kind of lover, follow them dragonflies to lead me to the sun, rise in the morning, tide in the evening, lay me down and teach me one them heartless things. Kiss me softly, and all of them places that you know me best. Well, we traveled across the country a lot this year. We found a lot of places that are suffering from fracking. We wanted to dedicate this song to all of our warrior people who are out there in the world. To all of our warrior people who are on the front lines of these injustices, these places where we need people to stand up for what's right. I never thought I needed medicine, but I was spiritually dying. I needed some healing, so I opened my mouth and took a dose of the music. There's that and pray for God as now teach me to use it. I pray for God as now teach me to use it. I pray for God as now give me the music. Such impressive behavior, I'm sounding off, holding my temper, closing waves. My enemies swim close to me, my heart is displaced, connected to such bravery, my underweight. I cannot swallow, I'm all over the place. my spirit mellow, my spirit mellow. I'm on my way. My body follows, it's not my way. Well, do not follow me. Do not follow me. Do not follow. And I really remember today. The roots music that the people has started here and as we share around the world for the Kava Bar. For all y'all, for our teachers. Before who the hell were you? And do you know by now? Remember the waiting for water falling and concentrating on myself. The quiet of here gave me the fever to push through cracks and reach for light. Oi Kohala Aina Festival. Oi Kohala Aina Before 7 feathers gave me his director, I'll be the brave and bear the cold. I kept on stretching out all of his blessings and learned to scream above the rain. I found myself seeking a false understanding of what is truth and honesty. Oi Kohala Aina Festival. Oi Kohala Aina Lucky for us, there's no one right way to live, and leave it to us to think that we are in charge. No, working backwards since the day we were born. Here we go. That's the hardest thing to ignore. respects to the Beast for playing this on the radio here in Hawaii. We're so stoked. Where my warrior people at? No, where my peaceful warrior people at? Oh, I am indigenous, the region of resistance. I'm gonna need assistance if I'm gonna make a difference. Used to be restless, and now I am relentless. I teach my children to trust another listen. Are you listening? 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 I teach my children to trust another listen. I'm where I got me here, I'm where I be now. I live in Hilo, into the heaven, be like a stallion. Now I am riding into the storm, the storm, the storm, the storm, the storm. Thunder is carrying me out. I am a raven, I am a bastion, I am a killer whale, I am a lion, I am a panther. I'm out the ocean, I'm just a human being on another fucking journey. I'm on a journey, 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 I'm on a journey. I'm just a human being on another fucking journey. I will live to be peaceful, but I keep my life at my side. I will pray for compassion. But if all in my door, you know I will be lasting. War and mentality and my responsibility. Bring it to my people now. I really need a meal. My situation, I come from a long line of people in this place. I am an Indian, I'm on a mission. This time definitely covers certain other basin. Changing, it's amazing. Every day I got a new day for the trending and the training. I am a customer, I don't got a customer. People need a medicine, it's made up from Australia. That's present, we get that, all the healing elements. Everything you do in life is definitely relevant. Why are you people? 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 They're gonna touch the beast with the strength of an ego. Why are you people? 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 They're gonna touch the beast with the business is ego. I will learn to be peaceful, but keep my life at my side. I will pray for compassion. But if I don't do my door, you know I will be blasting. Warrior mentality, my responsibility. Bring it to my people now. I really need a man. And then his wife, one of them dummy, two people, one of them dummy, and a fight. Now I put the two together and I know wrong from right set. I got two fathers, two beautiful fathers, and one of them is brown and one. And then his wife, one of them dummy, and a snake, one of them dummy, and a rat. Now I put the two together and I know wrong from right set. I am a white man, I raise my children. I am a black man, I do the American. I am a woman, I am a Muslim. I was raised Christian, now I am forgiven. I need the wisdom of all my donation. They are loving up for are you listening? 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 I teach my children they are loved and are forgiven. I will learn to be peaceful, but I keep my life at my side. I will pray for compassion. But if I come to my door, you know I will be passing. Oh, your mentality and my responsibility. Bring it to my people now. I will be giving me. Let me up the indigenous. For the Western men been working so hard against us. With these Western men standing and fitness fancies or the way he protects and the way he protects and the way he neglects the people getting first, you know. The same man that he massacred. And it all starts to make sense. Where we're going, where we're at, and where we've been. It all starts to make sense. Well, creature, the behavior of the collective youth definitely seem to be in favor of the Western men's invasion. See them all appear like an army, spreading like communities and talk about building the communist army. And God really, with no knowledge of the truth and selfishness is so ugly, and it all starts to make sense. Cheer! Oh, we gotta talk if we wanna survive. It's a mass substitution, please. It all starts to make sense. If the economy based on the economy fueled by spectators and their money, and the need for things that will not last. Go on, build a hotel and a shop in the wilderness. Making a profit, capitalizing on it, and on the bar trampling over it and the secret, and it all starts to make sense. Why the Western man destroys things he doesn't understand. It all starts to make sense. All these guys and ways for destructive practices are like trees talking their shit. Inside this country, forget the government and what the people are bothering and bother me. When the people are going hungry and going for companies that got the government on the rush, it's disgusting and you can do nothing. And complain about the situation in which you're living, it all starts to make sense. They're broken and frozen and they're thinking, oh my goodness. It all starts to make sense. All indigenous empowerment. They're not about the skin of the land, and they're out in the cotton knocking out, alive by the southeast. The federalist democracy really worked about my request to be the border tribe under the heat of all. And bitches even moving towards the loose and down people, unbelievable. All the slow moving people, they can care less just as long as they're comfortable and unforgivable. Because I get into now, I'm critical. When I'm not your ready, me and now push the pinnacle, it's typical. You say exactly what to do about the changing into me, and now reflect it back to you. Make the movement move. we're the one. We're all getting too careful, we're taking care of it. We're burning the bridges that are one. We know we're the one. We're all getting too careful, we're taking care of it. Burning the bridges that are come to build a bridge. So come, let's build. Build, build, build. I'll come to build a bridge. So come, let's build.
opportunity to share and grow our community and our ohana. You guys are so beautiful and your spirits are so open and we're feeling you guys from up here. And we have so much love to reflect back to you and looking forward to building our tribe with you guys as we go. Thank you so much for showing up tonight.
Thank you so much for coming tonight and filling the wall on the wall, y'all people, y'all. Raising it up, believe in y'all. It's the power of shit. I believe in the good things coming, 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 coming. I believe in the good things coming, 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 coming. Out of darkness, light are pumping, 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 pumping. Into white light, all things running, 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 running. Who have I been? Who am I becoming? Coming, 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 coming. Deep breaths for young men, learning, 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 learning. Take a walk with the cedars coming, cityscape pink sunset stunning. Every empty space is filling, every fire kindle burning. I believe in the good things coming, 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 coming. I believe in the good things coming, 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 coming. Said, I am no master, I know nothing. I am no master, I know nothing. I am a servant, I know something. No master, I know nothing, definitely still young. Built on hunger, so focused over, a lot of self-work under. And I am a witness, that like a woman carries all the secrets in the music. Music, 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 la la. That's right.
How's everybody feeling? We alright? My name's Nahko. This is Best of the people. We're stoked to be here with y'all. Got to share this space, to share this night with y'all. Share some stories. We're gonna be in support here. Get back. The good family. Some good vibrations here today. Is that correct? Good warrior people here. Thank you all for your support, for your love, for your community. I'm a runner, running from nothing, all things behind me and all good things ahead. I am another kind of lover, follow them dragonflies or lead me to the sun. Rise in the morning, tide in the evening, lay me down and teach me what them hard lessons. Kiss me softly, kiss me softly, and all of them places that you know me best. Follow the Clarence to the basin of my soul, shining on Shasta, those holy headwaters. Dear old Columbia, your gorgeous sparkling eyes. Creator's calling, she's got my number. Where be my outlaws? We will rest in reason too. Your ears, lend your hands, lend your movement, anything you can. Come to teach, come to be taught, come in the likeness in the image of God. Cause you can be like that, with all that humbleness and all that respect. All of the power invested in me, be it hard to love my enemies. All of the black bags over the heads of the dead and dying. The more I understand about the human race, the less I comprehend about our purpose in place. And maybe if there was a clearer line, the curiosity would satisfy. Time-based prophecy that kept me from living. In the moment I am struggling to trust the divinity of all the gods and what the hell they have planned for us. I cry for the creatures who get left behind, but everything will change in the blink of an eye. And if you wish to survive, you will find a guide inside. Find the guide inside. Find the guide inside. Johnny way, defeating the way that the seasons change, the galaxies remain. Anything better for the money face, the evil that come with the river with face, the key, the keep it up, with the face, and for the mind, and the dark place, and for alignment. We're on assignment, bodies on consignment, return to the circus. And what is the purpose? What is the purpose? And will you believe it? Will you believe it if you knew what you were for?
This year's been quite the journey, and I think you all can agree with yourselves as individuals that it's been quite a big year for us as a human race and as the people on the planet who are trying to organize and gather ourselves so that we can make change and make good of what we have here on Earth for the next generation. Right? And you know, one of the greatest things that we have to learn as a culture and also as individuals is learning the act of forgiveness, right? And these things can be really hard, and you know, we have every right to hold on to those things that do not let us learn how to forgive. But I just wanted to share a quick, as these guys take a break, I wanted to share a quick story that I figured maybe y'all would vibe with and understand. Is that part of my journey this year was involved a huge act of forgiveness, and a really interesting part of my story this year was that my father was shot and killed in 1994, and I never met him. And some of these songs on a record that you're probably listening to are part of that story. And this year,
so anyway, I met my father's family like about, I don't know, like 5 or 6 years ago, and that was part of my transition of like forgiving my father for what he did with my mom, and meeting my Filipino and Guamese side of the family, and getting to know that culture and getting to know that family, because they didn't even know I existed for the longest time. And so here I was like 5 or 6 years ago, showing up on their doorstep pretty much and being like, hey, I'm like your long lost son, hey, what's up? And they were like, oh, okay. And, you know, they're bringing me in, and it was crazy. So that was many years of integrating into their family. And anyway, this last summer, my uncle called me up, and he lives in Seattle, and he said, hey, you know, the parole hearing, the one parole hearing, this guy that shot my dad, this one parole hearing that he's going to have after 20 years of being in prison, coming up in July, and this was in June. And he said, if you'd like to come to the parole hearing and see the man that shot your father, you're welcome to come. We're going to go as a family, and we're basically going to put him back in prison for another 20 years, right? He's in there for 15 for life. Mr. Sandman, could you put a little more vocal on this wedge here? Sorry guys, I was like, what am I saying? I don't understand. Check. There it is. Thanks a lot. Anyway, so he's like, oh, rah. No, that's not what he said. He said it kind of like, he goes, what's up, boy? And I was like, hey, uncle, what's up, man? And at the time, we're on tour with Xavier Rudd, by the way, which was amazing. And he's like, come to the court hearing. It'll be really good for you. You can see the man that shot your dad. You can feel that anger, and put him back in prison. Be like, yeah, that guy, rah. And at the time I was like, oh, that's going to be really helpful for me. You know, help me with my closure. I felt like for my closure I needed to see the guy and kind of like, you know, be like, all right, that's the guy, cool, all right, now put him back in prison. And after maybe a week goes by, and I was thinking about this like kind of anger I was feeling towards the man. And I was like, am I really mad at this guy? You know, I was thinking about it for a little while, and I was like, man, I talk a lot about forgiveness and whatnot, you know, and I was like, maybe I'm not actually mad at him, you know? Because actually, if he hadn't done what he did, even though it wasn't the right thing to do, maybe it was in some ways, because I wouldn't have learned the way to forgive my father for what he did to my mother if this man, this stranger, hadn't done what he did. And I'm sure some of you can relate to this in your own format. But, so I thought, you know what? I don't think I'm actually that mad at him. I feel for him. I think it's, you know, it was an unfortunate event. And it turned out that I actually had a show the day of the court date, so I couldn't even make the court date. But I had a week off, 2 weeks before the court date, before my family was going to go see this guy. And I figured, oh, maybe I should just go see him. Maybe I should go visit him. Wouldn't that be crazy? Maybe I should go visit him in prison. That would be crazy. I don't think I can do it. So I'm in Puerto Rico. I'm in Puerto Rico. I'm with my little brother, who, by the way, my little brother, side story, tangent. My little brother's moving here. If you see Ricky around, give him a big hug. He's moving here. He's a new guy. He's a good soul. He's moving to Hamakua, so if you see him, give him a hug. Give him some aloha. Anyway, I'm with Ricky, and we're in Puerto Rico, and I'm like filling out this paperwork that you have to do. There's a long thing we got to do to get into prison and visit somebody that you've never met before. And I put in my adopted name, you know, thinking that maybe he'd let me come see him if he didn't see like my father's last name. So I filled out the paperwork and waited for like, I don't know, 2.5, 3 weeks, and didn't hear from the prison at all. And my time off was coming up, and I had the week off, and I was like, well, shoot, so I'm just gonna go to the prison. I'm just gonna go to the town. I'm going to San Francisco. This guy's in San Quentin. I don't know if you guys know. San Quentin is a pretty gnarly prison, anyway. And so I was like, I'm just gonna go. So I go to California. Are you guys still with me? Is this cool? I just started like, Nahko, you're on tangent, man. If people are here to hear you play music, you should play a song. You guys cool? Is this cool? Is this all right?
Yeah.
Alright, so anyway, so I went to San Francisco anyway, on a whim, hoping that maybe I could do a visitation, I could do a walk-up. I was like, maybe I'll just show up. You know, they only had 2 days you could do visitation. It was a Saturday and Sunday. And I had to leave Sunday to go back on tour, and Saturday was the only day I had. So I showed up to the prison at 6 a.m. on Saturday morning, July 6th. And I got in the cab. I remember I got in the cab, and it was like, you know, you guys been to San Francisco, right? It's like gnarly, like foggy, and like kind of like really like
don't know, depressing feeling when you're there and it's cold and you're on the coast and you're just, it's like all these old spirits are like on the coast and you're like, I was like, and I got in the cab and I started to cry and I was like, what the fuck, man, why are you crying? I was like, stop it, and I was like, oh my God, I'm in the cab, I'm going to the San Quentin prison to see the man who shot my father in the head, what the hell? I didn't say it like that, but it was kind of like that. And I started to feel it, you know, I started to feel this power and I was like, I didn't even know if I was going to get in at that point. But I waited an hour and a half in line at the prison at 6 o'clock in the morning and I get to the front of the line and the woman, I show her my ID and it says I'm from Hawaii, you know, it's my Hawaii driver's license, and she goes, you came all the way from Hawaii? And I was like, yes, I did, and I have 1 day, so get me in right now. And she goes, oh honey, just come in. I was like, you are so nice. Incredible, what service at the prison? I was like, all right. And if you guys want to go to prison, show your ID, all right? Oh, you came from Hawaii? And I took a photo, it was great. Yeah, so she ushers me in, and I'm walking this long yellow line across like the barbed wire fence. It's right on the coast there, and all this fog and this rain, and I'm like walking like the prison's way over there. And I was thinking, I was like, what the hell am I even gonna say to this guy? You know, I hadn't even thought about what I was gonna say to him. I was like, well, I'm just gonna feel it out. I go with the flow. Get into my sacred space. So anyway, I get into the prison, and there's this guy, Manolo Tolentino, bless his soul. There he is, and he comes up to me and he's like, are you? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, are you like my long lost brother? And I was like, not really, but kinda. And I said, I came a really long way to tell you this crazy story. So if you give me like about 5 minutes of your time, which should be 3 hours, I'd like to tell you the story. And he goes, okay, okay. And his energy's really like chill, and like he's been through a lot, you know, but he's very calm, he's not scared, he's very just like interested about who this visitor is. And so, I started at the beginning. I told him the story of my mother, and this whole thing happened when I was adopted, and I said blah, 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 blah. And I found my mother's family, and I found my father's family, and then I got to the part and I said, you know, my uncle comes to me 5 years ago, and he told me that a man shot my dad in the head. And I looked at him in the eyes and I said that. And he looks at me and his eyes start to well up with tears and he goes, you're his son? And I said, yeah. And he starts to cry his eyes out, and then I start crying my eyes out, and I grab his hand and we're like, rah! We're like, oh my God. And he's like, thank you for coming. He's like, I can't believe you're here right now. And I was like, I can't believe I'm here right now either, man. And he starts to tell me, he's like, I'm so sorry that I took your father from you. He said, I'm so sorry I took your father from you, that you could not grow up with your father. He's like, for 20 years, I've survived San Quentin prison, but I've also lived with this thing that I've done, this very wrong thing that I've done. It's tortured me for a very long time. And he said, and now I feel like I'm clearing it because you speak for the rest of my family. In fact, the rest of my family didn't even know I went there. And I said, but when I leave the prison, I'm going to go call my family, and I'm going to tell them what I did. And they may not understand it, but at least it's a stepping stone that I can be an example. And for me, it's my clearing. This is my clarity, you know, this is my closure. And so he thanked me, and you know, 3 hours of conversation is a lot of time. Are you guys still with me? I'm trying to take a slide. He's like, wow, that's about 15 minutes. Did you pee yet? So I leave the prison, I call my uncle and I said, Unks, listen, I know you're an angry man, you work a corporate job, you know, you really hate the world, honestly. But listen, bro, like, listen, man, I went and saw the dude that shot Pops. And, you know, you may not, like, really agree with that, but that's what I did, and I felt like it was needed. I told him the whole story, and it was so beautiful, because the thing he says to me, he goes, my uncle's a very rigid man, you know, he lives in his 3-story house alone with his, like, Hummer and his Mercedes, and he's by himself with all his money, and he's just a lonely man, I can feel that. And he says, thank you so much, because for the last 3 nights, as I've been preparing to go to court, every time I turn the lights on, somebody turns the lights off. And he goes, I think your dad's here trying to tell me something. And he said, thank you for showing me what's possible.
you know, thank you for showing what's possible in this land of forgiveness that you exist in. And I said, yeah, you know, and so the court hearing happened. And about a month later, I actually heard back from my family, because I've waited about 3 weeks to hear back. And my family calls, my auntie calls me up, she goes, well, we went to the court hearing. It was pretty heavy, super heavy. And well, we listened to him, his testimony, and we decided to grant him parole. Which was incredible, because, you know, that wasn't my intention. And the whole time inside that meeting with him, I heard this little voice in my head go, "Get him out of jail." And then the other voice that was out of my head was like, "You're crazy." And the other voice was like, "No, really, but it sounds like it's perfect. He's done his time." And the other voice was like, "No, that's crazy. What are you thinking?" And the other voice was like, "No, it's fine. Just let him out." You know, and he was like, he told me, he's like, if I ever get out of here, he goes, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a life for a life. If I ever get out of here, he says, I will dedicate my life to your family. And he's like, and I want to go home to the Philippines. He's Filipino. He wanted to go home to the Philippines and see his father, who never came to visit him for 20 years. Nobody came to visit him for 20 years in prison because he shamed his family, you know? And so he wanted to go home and see his father, who's on his deathbed. He's like 87 years old. Anyway, Manolo Tolentino gets released from prison 20 years to the day, on Christmas Day, when he shot and killed my father. And I celebrate.
I'm on my way, where I stay. I'm on my way, highway. I'm on my way, highway. Where I stay. I'm on my way, highway. I'm on my way, highway. Where I stay. I'm on my way, I'm on my way. Where I stay. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, highway. Where I stay. Windy coastal California, cradle me, city of angels. Let me lay you softly, speak like I know what I'm talking about. 'Cause people now are listening to what's coming out of my mouth. Today a celebration for our freedom they say. And when you hold me like that, I guess I believe anything. Call the cab, 6 a.m. Talk to the wheel as I'm driving. Hold up, scene check, am I crazy? Freedom of my leader from mental slavery. The man that you become and the child that you are. Your anger is a strength, but it only goes so far. Your anger is a strength, but it only goes so far. I've come a long way to tell you this story. There's no turning back now. Angels come and you least expect them. I've seen some crazy dreams manifested. He said an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a life for a life, I give my name. He said an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a life for a life, I give my name. Oh, I'm on my way, highway, I'm on my way, highway, way, I stay. I'm on my way, highway, I'm on my way, highway, way, I stay. Need to be humble, tailed and rounded. Wish you could stop us, you know, when you were founded. Walk the yellow line, penitentiary. feeling I sure in, come blanket me. The man that you become and the child that you are, your anger is a string, but it only goes so far. Well, I alone responsible for my darkest past. On a journey from the head to heart, how long can you last? I alone responsible for my darkest past. On a journey from the head to heart, how long can you last? Oh, I've come a long way to tell you this story. There's no turning back now. The angels come when you least expect them. I seen some crazy dream that manifested. He said an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a life for a life, I give mine to you. He said an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a life for a life, I give mine to you. Oh, hum num way, highway, hum num way, highway, way, 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 I stay away. Hum num way, highway, hum num way, highway, way, 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 I stay away. Come with it now, hum the number ways, highway, hum the number ways, highway, way, 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 I wash you away. Come with me now, hum the number way, highway, hum number way, highway, way, 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 I wash you away. Come with me now, hum the number way, highway, hum number way, highway, way, 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 I wash you away. Start to make sense. It all start to make sense. With all these torments, we're calling it in our it all start to make sense. All my thoughts, and particularly my prayers, and I've forgotten the indigenous for the Western men, we're working so hard against us. With the Western medicine and the land man witness fancies high. The way he protects and the way he preserves them, the way he neglects the people that came first, you know. Same one that he massacred. And it all starts to make sense. Where we're going, where we're at, and where we've been. It all starts to make sense. Well, creator of the collective youth, definitely seems to be in favor of the Western man's invasion. I see about the fear like the Navi, but the like the dirty, and on the Bible and the blue starry. I'm moving with the novel and the truth and the selfishness is so ugly, and it all starts to make sense. Oh, we gotta talk when we wanna survive. There's a mass touch your children, please. All starts to make sense. Well, the economy's based on geography, cool by spectators and their money, underneath the things that will not last. So go on, build a hotel and get shop in the wilderness. About big capitalizing on it, and not about tripling everything that is sacred, and all starts to make sense. Why the Western man destroys things he doesn't understand. It all starts to make sense. All this patterns and waits for destructive practices. She's my kind. Make the movement move. Make the movement move.